Welcome. In this video, we will discuss how to navigate to the Power Recruiting Wizard and submit the Power Recruiting requests in HRConnect. We'll be going through each of these steps and end with a demonstration of the wizard during this brief video. The Power Recruit module is a 9-page wizard that hiring managers and proxies can use to identify job postings and location of the job, and document additional pertinent information useful for a vacancy. Please note, classification must be completed prior to initiating a Power Recruit request in HRConnect. If classification is required, the hiring manager or their proxy must submit a classification request in the portal. We have a separate micro-training outlining this process on the ES YouTube page. If you already have a classified PD package, meaning you have completed the PD, CD516, and/or position designation record, you don't need to initiate the classification in the portal and can instead go directly to HRConnect to submit the recruit request there. We've presented a sample HRConnect home screen for the purpose of this demonstration. The tiles you see on this home page are based on the access and roles you possess in the system. If you're a hiring manager, you'll select the My Team tile and be taken to a list of your direct reports. Proxies, on the other hand, will also start from the home page with this menu of tiles. If you're acting as an HRConnect proxy, you'll click into the Proxy Actions tile. Then, once the list of managers you support appears, find the name of the hiring manager you're submitting this Power Recruit request on behalf of. Next to their name, you'll select the People and Positions option. The first process we'll give an overview of is a hiring manager or their proxy submitting a recruitment for a backfill. If you're a hiring manager and would like to recruit for a backfill, select the name of the employee you would like to process a backfill for. On the Employee Data/Personnel Action screen which appears, select the Backfill option under the Personnel Actions menu. On the next screen, verify the PD reads correctly and then continue to Power Recruiting with the option near the bottom of the page. If you're a proxy looking to recruit for a backfill, from the Proxy People and Positions, you'll select the name of the employee whose position you're backfilling. Once you reach the Employee's Data/Personnel Actions page, select Backfill from the menu of Personnel Actions near the right of the screen. You'll verify that the PD accurately captures the position's duties, and then you'll click on the option to proceed to Power Recruiting at the bottom of the screen. Next, we'll go through the process for navigating to the Power Recruit wizard when you're looking to recruit for a newly classified position. If you're a hiring manager, select the Establish New Position option at the bottom of the page. This takes you to a page where you can search the position description library to find the PD you'll use for the recruitment. Here, you'll use the job code you received from ES, which you'll find on the CD516 form found in the classified PD package. So, on this page, enter the job code into the position description number field. Then, select the option to use this position description for my new position, and click Next. On the following screen, you'll select Add this position and Recruit Now, and then click Submit. You'll then be taken to the Power Recruit wizard. Now, let's review the process for proxies. If you're a proxy looking to recruit for a newly classified position, on the Proxy People and Positions screen, you'll scroll down under the Positions menu and select the option to establish a new position. Like how a manager would, search for the job code you received on the CD516 form in the classified PD package. As a reminder, you'll enter this data in the position description number field. Select the option to use this position description for my new position and click Next. Once the new page appears, select Add this position and recruit now, and then click Submit. Lastly, we'll outline how you can navigate to the wizard when recruiting for a vacant position. From the My Team tile, hiring managers will select the Vacant Positions option at the bottom of the screen to view your existing vacant budgeted positions and begin recruiting for one of them. Alternatively, you can select one of your direct reports and select a vacant position within a subordinate position. From here, a new page will show you the position title as well as the occupational series and major duties. You'll confirm the information displayed there is correct and continue to the wizard using the To Power Recruiting option. Let's go through the process for recruiting for a vacant position as a proxy. Once you're in the Proxy People and Positions menu, select a vacant position to recruit for. Alternatively, you can scroll down to the bottom of the page under the Positions menu and select the Vacant Positions option, showing all existing vacant budget positions. This will take you to the page we mentioned previously for verifying the position information and proceed to the Power Recruit module. Now, we'll go through the process of how a hiring manager or their proxy will submit a Power Recruiting request in HRConnect as part of the talent acquisitions process. I'm going to start sharing my screen. Once you've navigated to the wizard as a hiring manager or proxy, you'll now have entered the 9-page Power Recruit wizard. Please note that you should only undergo this process to recruit for positions which you've received authorization to do so. On the first page, underneath Choose Advertising Area, you'll choose how the position should be posted to reach eligible candidates. Your options will be to keep it within the division, inside the department/agency, only in the specific bureau, across the entire federal government, or open to everyone. Then, you'll define the commuting area. You can select whether this will be local or nationwide. You'll also have the option to choose the advertising duration. This can be normal or extended. Please note that the standard period is usually 7 calendar days, but this will depend on the position being advertised. If you don't know how long you'd like the position advertised for, you can select Unknown. You'll also select the appointment, whether it's a regular or temporary appointment. If the position is temporary, you'll define the length of temporary appointment. You'll then identify the work schedule and denote if this is shift work. You'll also have the option to indicate if the position is telework eligible. An important note, this does not indicate approval or disapproval for telework. This is only to note if the position is eligible. The hiring manager will need to consult the supervisor and local HR office for additional discussion. You'll then indicate whether the moving expenses will be paid or unpaid for this position. Finally, the wizard will instruct you to check a box near the bottom of the page if the position will involve travel. If yes, you'll identify the nights that the employee would need to travel per month. After verifying the information on this first page is correct, you can proceed to the next page. On the second page of the wizard, you'll enter the occupational series you would like the position advertised in. There will most likely be one occupational series already filled in for you. You can use the pencil icon near the right of the table to add in a row, and then you can use the trash icon to delete a row. A small note, you won't be able to edit or delete the grayed out occupational series if one appears for you. After you've entered in all the desired occupational series, you'll proceed to the next page in the module. On the third page, you'll identify the grade levels at which you'd like to advertise your position. All grades that you select will apply to each of the occupational series you selected in the previous page of the wizard. You'll then use the drop-down menu to select the target grade or full performance level. This is the highest achievable grade for this position. If this is a career ladder position, the employee hired can non-competitively be promoted to a higher grade. Please note that each grade would need its own classified PD package. After you've indicated this, you'll continue to the fourth page in the wizard. The fourth page of the wizard will ask you to detail the posting sources for the position. This can be USA Jobs, a newspaper, trade journals, internet sites, etc. Providing the HR specialist with these sources will allow you to target where this position is being advertised. Now, we're going to briefly transition away from the system to avoid showing potentially sensitive information. However, we've presented the image of what you'll see on the next stage of the wizard. On the fifth page of the wizard, you'll indicate where the job is physically located. Select the country and state using the drop-down menus next to their respective fields. Then, use the magnifying glass icon next to the city field to search for the locality within the state. Specify the number of openings for this position. The work location description and selecting official fields should auto-populate based on the information you've entered previously and your employee ID respectively. Your name will also auto-populate next to the selecting official field. With that, we can move on to the next page of the wizard. On the sixth page of the Power Recruit wizard, you'll have the opportunity to describe the unique qualities of this position and appeal to what makes this position one future employees would want to occupy. Examples of content you may include here can be whether this position offers school reimbursement or bonuses. This information will appear in the Help Wanted, so it may be helpful to interpret this section as the why component of your position advertisement. After filling this information in, proceed to the next portion of the module. On the seventh page of the wizard, you'll be able to specify the qualities you are searching for and what defines a strong candidate. From the list that you see on the screen, select 4 to 6 job-related criteria which are important for this position or are required for successful performance. Please keep in mind that candidates for the position will be evaluated against the factors you select during the recruitment process. If there are no competencies associated with the occupational series you had selected earlier, none will appear on this screen. Should that be the case, your staffing specialist will instead reach out to you to create the competencies specific to this position. In the meantime, you can proceed to the next page. In our second to last portion of the Power Recruit wizard, you'll have the opportunity to list specific qualifications an applicant must have to be considered for the position. Whereas our previous page gave you the opportunity to detail the ideal candidate, this will allow you to set a minimum standard so that the staffing specialist can screen applicants. This section is not required for this process, but you are able to include these details here. After outlining the qualifications for this position, you must enter all those who you would like to be notified of a recruit request. In the email notification field, enter their email addresses and separate multiple recipients with a comma. ES recommends that you enter in the servicing HR specialist within your bureau, your HR lead, and the administrative group. On the final page of the Power Recruit wizard, the hiring manager or Proxy will have the option to send this recruit request to your report output page in HRConnect. If you select yes, the platform will generate a PDF of the recruit request after you submit, which you can find in the Reports tile from the home page. You'll then specify if this request is for a backfill. If so, please include the position number in the comments and instructions section. Next, you'll select the appropriate authorizer to route the Power Recruiting request to. Please remember that at least one level of authorization is required for all requests before going to the Bureau HR specialist. For the sake of this demonstration, we'll go ahead and route this to Human Resources. Validate that all the information you've entered in this and previous pages is accurate. Finally, you'll click Submit. You'll see a pop-up message which includes the 6-digit Power Recruiting request number. Please make sure to record and keep this number on hand. You'll be required to enter this in the ES portal when you submit your recruit request there. Click OK to confirm and forward the recruit request to the Bureau HR specialist for review. With that, you've completed the HRConnect portion of your recruit request. You'll then continue the process by submitting a recruit request in the ES portal. We have another micro-training which outlines this process for your reference. Thank you for joining us today. Check out more resources on the Enterprise Services portal.